I can't think of a solid ground that our society actually stands on for good reasons. Mm-hmm. We have some values that the majority hold and say that that's how they're making their decisions. But if you look at the decisions that people make based on those excuses, they do horrible things in the name of love. They do horrible things in the name of protecting their family. They do more damage than good when they look from that personal grapple of what's precious and important to me. So most New Agers' answer would be, love is a solid foundation. It's like, sure, show me one person who's living it in a good way. You might show me one, but I doubt you could show me 20. Mm-hmm. It makes me think of Abraham or Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah. God gave him a choice. It's like, if you can show me 20 men who are living in a good way, I won't destroy the city. Okay, well, what about 10? Will you do 10? Sure, show me 10. What about, and it went down and down and down until it's like, what about one? If I found one quality man, will you save the city? It's like, yes, I will. Can I just take my family out of there first? Yeah. And that's how the story ends. He couldn't find one quality person in the city in order to save humanity. And essentially, I'm not saying that's where we stand right now, but it's a pretty close perspective, because the people who genuinely are the one you would be looking for to save Gomorrah, they have zero confidence in themselves. And they're not stepping up, and they're not speaking up, and they're not doing the thing that leads by example. You have people who really do love with their whole heart, who are nothing but taken advantage of and traumatized by it. So then you have someone who has a bleeding heart for service, who's traumatized and doesn't know how to do it in a good way. That's also not a good example to be living by. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of traditions that say, like, sin is inherent in man and things like that. And it's not necessarily that man has sinned, it's that man doesn't stand in a good place with himself very often. And only the individual and God itself can actually say whether someone is or not. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, that person will identify some deficiency, some insecurity, some falseness behind what they're doing. I don't think there are too many people who, one of my favorite quotes is, "Here I stand, I can do no other." There aren't too many people who can genuinely say, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and I'm doing it in the best possible way that I can, and it's doing well for me. Like, it's actually honoring me.